Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for tuning in to our Dreamers meeting. We are now at episode 25. Yes, sorry about not doing a promo. I don't have a promo screen for this episode. Okay, all I have is this. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I have this blank title. So I wasn't so prepared for this episode because I had earlier on scheduled actually two guests into today's show. So last week I invited somebody to come and talk about the wealth journey. So just wanted some input from people who have navigated their career. So I had this guy called Elton, a friend of mine, and somebody that I worked with when I was in the children's church. So he has navigated the changes in his career, from as a student and then being a sign-on army guy, and then after that he came out, and he has several things that he wanted to do in his life. Some things worked out and some things did not work out. So I just want to bring him on to talk about how he navigated his career. And today he's a very successful insurance agent and also a wealth planner for people. And just want to get him on, but unfortunately he cannot come on today because tomorrow he'll be flying off early, to do some talks. So I couldn't get him. But I think then when I knew that he couldn't come on, I managed to get someone else. Okay, this guy is a friend that I've met when I was in KL working with the non-profit that works with refugees. So he's actually a teacher in the school, the refugee school, and also a caretaker. He's the guardian, in the boys' shelter for the refugees. And he himself is a refugee, and he has been in Malaysia for, I can't remember how long. I'm supposed to ask him that question, and we will find out. He's been there for over 10 years, or maybe 20 years. So he finally got a resettlement by UNHCR to a new country. So I managed to get him on to talk about his journey and how he persevered in his dream of being in a new country. So I'm looking forward to that. He couldn't come on tonight. Okay, it's 10 p.m. here in Singapore, but where he is right now in Canada is actually 10 a.m. But unfortunately today he needs to go to a government agency to sort out his green card, or his I don't know what he's doing. So but he agreed to come on at night, his nighttime 10 p.m. which is our morning. Okay, so tomorrow morning we'll be coming on again, and we're gonna have an interview with him to find out his journey and how he persevered through the 10 or more, or maybe 20 years that he was in Malaysia. So look forward to that for those of us who has dreams, and you find yourself persevering in your dreams, and you don't see results, you don't see positive things coming out of it. Maybe you will benefit from my talk with him. So his name is Charles, and looking forward to seeing you on tomorrow. As I think we'll either do it live or I get it recorded and then post it up again. Okay, anyway, for today's episode, I just want to do a simple one. How's everybody? How's your journey as you pursue your dreams. And what are you drinking today? I'm having water, and I put some redoxon. Is it redoxon effervescence in there? Okay, for my vitamin C, vitamin D, and some zinc. Okay, and yeah, it's good to drink this every now and then to replenish your system. Just came back from the gym. Yeah, and things has been going well with my fitness. So yeah, I will update you guys on that a bit later. But for today, okay, I want to talk about what inspired me to share what I want to share today. Okay, and it's by this quote by that I saw in my social media feed. Okay, by this guy. Okay, do you know who he is? This is Usain Bolt. Okay, he's a Jamaican sprinter who broke the world record, the world championship record that particular year that he came from nowhere, and then he became this top sprinter holding the world record for 100 meters, 200 meters, and 4x100 meters. I think up to today he's still a record holder of running 100 meters in 9.58 seconds or something along that line. Anyway, the quote that he said that inspired me this week is this. Okay, he said that I've trained 4 years to run 9 seconds, and people give up when they don't see results in 2 months. So there's Usain Bolt. Yeah, so that that challenges us to think about this concept called instant success or overnight success. People's overnight success is usually done in years or decades. Okay, so we don't see the outcome of people's success. We think that people just have talent and just have this special skill that they don't need to work hard. But actually it's not true. Okay, they train for years and years, okay, to achieve their dreams, to get the type of results that they are getting. So Usain Bolt, okay, really trained hard for 4 years to get into the Olympics, to get into the World Championship, and to break those records that he has done. So the 9 seconds is talking about the 100 meter. So it's not easy. Okay, so for those of us, okay, if we have done pursue our goals or whatever that we are doing for 2 months and we don't see results, don't give up. Keep on doing what you're doing. So this helps me just reflect on a lot of things that we do. A success that we have right now, I think, is always an outcome of years of investing in doing the right thing that causes the overnight success, okay, that we experience right now. Anyway, over the weekend, I came back from Johor Bahru. Johor Bahru is the southern part of Malaysia that is close to Singapore. So I went over there. Actually, I went over there because I wanted to check out some investment properties together with my wife in Johor Bahru. We wanted to buy a property there. Back in, I think, 2013, okay, there was a big rush of investors or Singapore home buyers moving to Johor to look for a place in this area called Iskandar. That was at the height of the hype, okay, that eventually Johor will be like the Shenzhen to Hong Kong. So that people will flood over there to stay and to invest in the economic growth of the area. But it did not happen. Okay, I think a lot of people are caught off guard investing in the height of the property property hype at that time. Sorry, I need to charge my phone. If not, it will die. I forgot to plug on the cable, so give me a sec. Okay, so yes, so we were there looking at some properties, and we actually have been eyeing this place. At least my wife has been eyeing this place in Johor, near my mother-in-law's place. So we went over to check some units. Really preparing to buy because we felt that it's time, because the prices are good. And a lot of the units are on sale. So we saw 3 units, and then we were talking about it, and then which one we like, and then we stumbled upon a unit that is being auctioned by the bank. Apparently the owner could not pay the installment, cannot service their mortgage, so I think the bank took it back and then had to auction it. Okay, and we felt like we were quite fortunate because the price would be like 100,000 ringgit less, okay, than the ones that we were looking at, and the unit has a better feature as well, because I think it's higher up, and the higher it is, the more expensive it is, okay, because of the view that you get from that unit. So we felt that, okay, maybe quite fortunate to stumble upon this auction. And I think after coming back, and the auction was supposed to be today or yesterday. I think today. Okay. We decided not to bid this round because we are not talking to the agents. They say that there were not a lot of bidders for that particular unit, or there isn't any bidder at all. So we decided, okay, maybe we should give this bid a miss, and the next round, okay, when they put because it wasn't, there's no winner, in the last bid, the next round of bidding, okay, the price will be reduced by 10%. So we discussed and we decided, okay, maybe we don't bid this time and wait for the price to go down another 10% before we start bidding. And I think that's when the bidders will come in, because the price, even though it's cheap, but it's not super cheap. It's not auction cheap or lelong cheap, they call it. So, but I think this morning we received the news that, okay, we didn't bid right, but there were bidders, so the house actually was sold. Okay, and we felt, okay, maybe we miss out this time, but it doesn't matter because we are not desperate investors. We are not desperate to buy any particular unit. We are never in a hurry, but we keep, it's a journey. Investment is a journey, and you may not get to invest now, but we will keep looking out for ways that we can. Okay, we will continue to shop around, look around, praying through for the right unit to come our way. So whenever we are investing, we should always not feel not fear missing out. Okay, we should not have that anxiousness. Okay, I'm not just talking about investment in terms of money. I'm also talking about investment in our skills, in our relationships, in everything. Okay, we should not feel that we will miss out if we don't do it. Okay, it shouldn't come with that feeling of anxiousness. It should be that ease, that confidence of looking at how to invest for the future. So if you keep investing, looking for opportunity, we plant seeds, okay, for our future. Yes, I really reflect upon this about planting seeds. When we invest, is that everything that we enjoy today, right, is actually a result of what we invest, okay, 10 years ago in our lives. Isn't it true? Okay, I think the relationships that I enjoy the most is because of the investment that I in the relationship 10 years ago, and the tree or the connection that I have with the young people what we do in Song Kids, in the non-profit towards funding caring for orphans and refugees. Okay, a relation I have with the next generation and all the mentoring I could do, with them for that is really result of the seeds, the planting of the seeds and the sowing into relationships in the past years, and working in the children's ministry, rubbing shoulders with a lot of young leaders, young boss, really, it's really an event. In 10 years time, guys, you will be a drift person. So the question is really, what sort of person will you be? So what are you doing today to invest in the 10 years later version of you? Okay, so that I think that's a good question that we want to ask ourselves as we move forward. Okay, I come across this video that popped up in my TikTok, I think this morning, and I'll open off to that video, description later on when we tie this up. But I just want to talk about Jim Rohn. Okay, Jim Rohn is really a very special personal development teacher for me, because he's really some sort of a wordsmith. He always has the right words to say to bring the people who follows him, who listens to him, into some insights, about how to live lives. He's always very, very sharp. And I remember that this is the favorite Jim Rohn quote, and I remember this, and I really hold this dear to heart. And this is the quote. He says that he asks us to work harder on ourselves than we work on our job. If you work hard on your job, you will just make a living. But if you work hard on yourself, you can make a fortune. And that income, success seldom exceeds personal development. So then it's true that we should put more emphasis on our self-development, our personal development. It's more important to do that, and put in development of the work that we do. When we work on ourselves, we really will enjoy exponential growth in our lives. If you work on a job gets well done, it's still important. Then the result, may not be as huge, as if we work on ourselves. So I think, in short, it's about really planting the seeds. And I reflect upon my Joanne Lai recently. If you have watched the episode about how she made her first $1 million before the age of 30, and realized something that she said a lot. That she reads a lot of books. She's been quoting on books, and she's mentioning on the books that really impacted her. And I think there's a lot of reading of books and a lot of information and a lot of seeds that she plants. Learning all this information, and she's humble enough to know that she's in a journey, that she's on her way and not there yet, on her way, and therefore she invests in herself. So planting seeds of really good education, good thoughts, good mindset, is just so important. So today, in this short dreamers meeting, I just want to share about the 3 kinds of seeds that we can plant in our life if we want to enjoy that multiplication or exponential growth that can happen in our life for our future. So 3 seeds to invest in our future. So excuse me, the first seed that I want to talk to you about is this: the seed of our thoughts. The seed of our thoughts is also the seed of our dreams, right? I encourage people to have dreams, because when you dream, you think about good thoughts. You think about things that you want to put in your mind, that will impact you for your future. So thinking about what goes into your mind, what you think about, to make sure that there is no stinking thinking in our mind. It is so important, because everything that we think about, right, will become reality. So that's how God created the universe, that everything that we do, everything that we create, everything that we make, right, always start with a thought. And having a thought comes to comes to reality, right, it is a law, okay, that God has put in place. So it's very important for dreamers of us to plant the seed of good thoughts. Okay, do you write affirmation about what type of uh, thoughts that you want to have concerning yourself? Do you write an affirmation about who do you think you are, okay, and who do you want yourself to be? Okay, see, if you don't deliberately plant good thoughts or plant good seeds of good thoughts in our mind, the devil, the enemy will put thoughts into our heads, okay, and the enemy will use people, okay, sometimes even close people in our lives, even our family, and will talk down on us and will say things, some discourage us, and then we will not be able to fulfill the destiny that God has in our lives. So the seeds of good thoughts, okay, make sure you are planting those seeds, okay, the things that you can do, the things you permit yourself to do, the kind of dreams that you always wanted to do that God has put into your heart. Make sure those things, those good things, fill your mind. Okay, say to yourself every day in every way, I'm getting better and better and better. Okay, I'm a creative genius. Okay, I am God's child and I am loved. Okay, and do affirmations and positive thoughts like this to help firm you up, okay, to who you truly are. And I think that's the very important seed to plant. Okay, and whatever that you are doing, right, do you plant seeds of good thoughts about those things that you are doing? Do you have faith more than fear in the things that you do? That means, do you have more solutions? Do you talk about ideas, creativity more than problems or complain about your situation? Do you have more of good things, good thoughts that you are planting seeds into concerning the thing that you do? So important, the seeds of good thoughts. So that's the first thing to plant. Now, second thing to plant is what I mentioned before about how I was inspired by Joanne Lai, how much she reads and how much she invests into education. Okay, the second seed is the seed of information and the seed of education. So people always think that they know a lot, okay, and when people think that they know a lot, they think that they have learned everything they need to learn, right? They stop growing. They stop. They just stop growing, and I think it's a pity because I see a lot of people who are capable people. They are brilliant people, but after they have achieved some success or they have gone to a place of comfort, okay, they really stop learning and they stop being teachable. They stop to adapt to their situation, and then they fall into complacency. They stop planting the seed of education in their life. So I want to encourage all of us to plant the seed of education. It's a lifelong learning journey. When you have a dream, you want to achieve something in your life, it is a lifelong learning journey. So I want you to plant that seed of education. So invest in books that you can read, okay? Invest in, in my interview with Joanne Lai, she has mentioned so many books, right? So these are the books that really impacted her, that brought her to where she is. So can we follow suit? Okay, can we learn from people what books they've been reading, what books they have read, what books makes the biggest difference in their lives, and follow suit and learn, okay, from books and from people. Invest in good information, good education. So that's the second seed that you should plant. Really, there's no secret, okay, there's no shortcut actually to success, to getting better income, or to win in your relationships with people, in your spiritual life as well. Even in your spiritual life, you have to read, you have to find out God's word. So there are so many things that you can learn, okay? And the more you learn, you find that the more you do not know. And sadly, a lot of people who do not, they think they know so much, right? And they really stop learning because they think they know it all. So yeah, plant the seeds of information and education. Okay, the third seed that I want you to plant and think about planting is this: the seeds of relationships, or the seeds of relationships that eventually will support you. There's no such thing as a self-made man. Sometimes being among entrepreneurs or people who are very successful, sometimes I hear people say that, oh, I have single-handedly built up this company, or I have single-handedly done this, and every time you talk to them, all you hear is about their boastfulness, okay, about what they've done, and they wanted to show people, how capable they are. But I really believe that there's no such thing as a self-made man. We are surrounded by people who support us, whether it's family, or sometimes family don't help. So there are people around us, mentors around us, teachers around us. Even if you have a company where you hire people, your staff, okay, are those that are supported you. They provided for the success in the business that you have. So we are all surrounded by people who help us. God put them strategically in place around us to help us. So we have to sow the seed of building good relationships. So like I share with you what I enjoy today, the relationships that I have, the work that I can do, is because of relationships that I have invested in the past. I had a lot of breakthrough contracts the time that I was active. I was an active entrepreneur, where I have an agency I run. The big contracts. People who write big checks. For me, are those people that who knows me. Okay, for a number of years. And they trust me, and therefore they want to work with me. So you have to invest in those relationships starting now. If you don't have such relationships, you start building it now. So surround yourself with mentors, surround yourself with teachers, okay, surround yourself with people who have themselves planted seeds, okay, and has a result of those seeds growing, and that they can reap the what they have sown. So also think about relationships in your family as well. There's no people that care about you as much as your own family, okay? And don't break ties with family relationships, okay? Don't break ties with people just because of some silly misunderstanding, okay? Invest in good relationships, okay, with people in your own home. So that's the seed of relationships and the seed of support. So I know your future success will really depend upon the type of seeds you plant in your relationships. So there's 3 kinds of seeds you can think about planting, okay, moving forward. Okay, I know a lot of you, you recognize and that, sometimes you worry, and worry is really the enemy to us in our journey of planting seeds, investing in the future. We worry, okay? We invest, okay, like for example, we invest in some things, and then we worry that thing won't grow, or I've picked the wrong thing to invest. I know we have all this worry, and if we invest a lot in that relationship, you worry whether you will get the return from that relationship itself. So we have to deal with this enemy called worry, okay, in order for us to be able to plant good seeds, right? So my encouragement to you is really don't worry, but instead use this word called bury. Okay, not don't worry, but bury. uh, Bury seeds. Okay, you just need to plant seeds. Okay, when you are busy planting good soil, good seeds into soil, good thoughts, good education, and you planting seeds into relationships, right? I think you have lesser time to worry. Okay, because you are actively doing something. Okay, if you really need to do something about your worry, right, I encourage you to bury it into the soil. Okay, fertilizers are basically shitty things. Okay, shits. Okay, manure, right? And what do you do with manure and fertilizer? Okay, you actually plant it on the ground together with the seed. So turn your worry, okay, into something that is positive, that is able to help your seed. Okay, so plant it together with the seed itself, and use it as bury it into the soil. Okay, and make it a fertilizer for your dream. So yeah, don't worry. Okay, so bury your worry together with the soil, together with the seed, and plant it. Okay, plant the seed of good thoughts, the seed of good education, and seed of relationships, okay, in your life. So I just want to end with a story. Okay, this is a story of a grandfather, okay, who's very influential. He's the head of a village, okay, in a certain place, and he's getting old. So one day he went up to a granddaughter and a grandson. The granddaughter is called Eva, and the grandson is called Biva. Okay, so Eva and Biva came to the grandfather, and the father said that I'm already old, so I need both of you to start, okay, investing in your future and investing in what you all can do actually for the village, okay, when I'm no longer around. So for both Eva and Biva, this grandfather gave both of them a large piece of land, and he divided all the land he has into two, right? So he gave both land. So for Eva, she went about quickly, okay, investing in cultivating the land. So she got seeds, okay, and she started to plant into the soil and started to work on the land, okay, every single day. Okay, but on the other hand, for Biva, the grandson, he was a bit worried. Okay, he was a bit concerned. So he didn't go out to work on that farm immediately, but instead, okay, decided to take things easier. Okay, so when the friends come out, ask him out to play, he will just go out to play, and say that he will think about cultivating the land tomorrow. And then when it comes to the time that he's supposed to cultivate the land, okay, he start doubting what seeds to use. He start researching and going online, finding out, asking questions about what should I plant, and then he generally wastes a lot of time, just analyzing, okay, and not cultivating the land. So as weeks gone by, months, and then years, okay, and then maybe half a decade, okay, 5 years later, okay, you experience a big difference in the land that is handled by Eva and the land that is cultivated by Biva. For Eva's land, okay, there are crops, there are producers, okay, and there are beauty gardens, okay, filling the entire land. So much so that the people in the village, wants to move, to her part of the land, and live there because of such rich resources, okay, that is available in Biva's land. But on the other hand, Biva's land, not much is being cultivated, okay. The plants are not growing because he's not to it. Okay? So deciding to wondering, what should he do with the land, and then being lazy, okay, not waking up early, okay, and when friends come to ask him to go out, he would go out. So a big clash between Eva's land and Biva's land. 5 years from then, okay, 10 years, 1 decade, 2 decade, 3 decade later, yeah, I think you can guess what is the outcome. That at the end of the day, it was Eva who took over the chief tribe, okay, in that whole village, and she did very very well. Where else Biva actually okay, in his laziness, okay, and he's just somebody just drifted in his life. Guys, all of us have been given the land, a piece of land. Okay, we have given resources, we have been given talents and skills, okay, in our lives. So are we going to cultivate our land or not? Are we going to plant that seed first with good thoughts, okay, positivity in our heads? Are we going to cultivate information, find out how to build our skills, find out how to do certain things, and then are we going to cultivate the seed of bringing us along, okay, building a team, building relationships, people to help us as we cultivate the land that is being given to us? So I just want to leave that question to you, okay, and I encourage you to be a cultivator of the land that been entrusted to you and that has been given to you as well. So don't worry about worry, okay, let worry itself, okay, and just focus on what you do today, okay, tomorrow and the next day, and keep planting the seeds, okay, that will build a great future, not just for you but for people you love and the people that is around you, and you will bring blessings to many because you cultivated. So with that, I just want to thank all of you for joining this Dreamers meeting. I hope today's episode is helpful, and I will see you tomorrow morning, okay? And if you are in the States or in Canada, okay, it's 10 p.m. for you, okay, on Tuesday night. And for all of us, okay, in Asia, okay, it's 10 a.m. in the morning, as I'm being in Charles, and we have an interview to talk about how he perseveres in his dreams, and eventually he fulfilled his dream of being in a new country except him. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. So for now, I just want to end with the meditation, okay? Maybe get us used to our breath work and help us to learn to always slow down ourselves, okay? We are a seed too, okay, and this seed needs to be planted. We need to invest this seed, and when we plant this seed, we plant ourselves in the present